Okay, back by popular demand. Oh, it's kind of hard to get away from these Costco videos. Well, what can you say? A lot of time there. So, anyways, guys are breaking my fucking balls to do another Costco tail video. So, here we go. You wanted it, you got it. Oh shit, there's so many. So before I get into the whole bunch of these stories, I'm gonna play for you a video I did a while back. Yeah, I won't even bother setting it up. I'll just let it roll. Here it comes. Right, as it relates to concussions. So I guess this has really come to service a lot with athletes. You know, they're starting to see the after effects of that. So I'm kind of watching this and that, you know. So kind of, for some reason, it just kind of dawned on me that, maybe I got some CTE. And I'll tell you why. I haven't looked much into it, but I'm just telling you what made my mind, the wheels start turning. So back in the day, when I used to work for COSTCO, I was a crazy motherfucker, right? To start off with, without brain damage, right? We used to have these plastic trays, you know. They were probably, I'd probably say about 4 to 5 feet long. Probably about that thick, and about that wide or so. This is what we used to put our meat on, and then put it on a truck, and we'd wheel it over to get wrapped. Anyways, back to the fucking story. So, I'm not exactly sure what brought this on, but I smashed a lot of these fucking things over my head. I think back, I couldn't tell you how many I smashed. My ex-coworker, Kelly, would probably have a better idea than that. Oh yeah, like they used to just, like, I used to smash them and they would just absolutely disintegrate. But if that wasn't enough impact alone, well, we got a new shipment of trays in, right? I didn't know it at the time, but these ones were not as rigid, so they wouldn't shatter, but I didn't know that right off the bat. So that's one time. So I start fucking smashing them like my normal crazy self, my character routine, you know. And the fucking things wouldn't fucking break, right? And I'd be just whacking them. We actually videotaped it one time. I was whacking the trays so hard that on camera, you could see the actual fucking tray warping behind my head. So the tray would smack, it would warp, and we got that on camera, right? So anyways, I said, fuck this shit, man. There's no way, what the hell is going on? Because I couldn't figure out why they weren't breaking. So I go into the deli department, and a good friend of mine, Jason, I'll bring him. He's actually gonna be a part of a topic of mine in the fitness videos. I'll get to that on my next post for the fitness, and he plays an important part on a certain program that I'm going to be telling you guys about. So anyway, so I get my buddy Jason over. I said, Jay, do me a favor. I want you to take this tray and smash it over my head as hard as you possibly can, right? So we go in the freaking cooler, and I give him the tray. And he's real hesitant. I said, no, fucking do it, freaking do it, right? So he grabs it and goes, whack! Hits me and just about fucking knocks me out, but it doesn't fucking break, right? So once I kind of get my wits about me, I said, okay, now really put everything you got behind this thing, right? So he just takes a big wind up, man, and smash. Well, anyways, my head goes through it, and the tray's right through it is hanging around my neck, and it cuts the side of my neck, right? But anyways, and this went on for years, like, so I started to think, like, yeah, I think I better start reading up on this CTE and the results of concussions and that, and just to see if there's anything for me to worry about in the future, right? Tom almost died at work. So this was, we're going way back. Oh, probably 97, 98. So me and another employee were closing up that night. And because, you know, when I first started Costco, I had another job, so I was working all nights. So anyways, we're all closed up. And this employee comes in, I was washing the cooler, and she comes in and she says, he, she or he, I'm not gonna say which one. Anyways, I can edit this out later. So anyways, this person comes into the cooler and says, Scott, you want something to eat? I'm like, yeah, sure. I says, can you just bring it into the cooler for me, right? So anyways, because I was running behind probably. So anyways, this person brings me this tray of, it wasn't anything rotisserie. Costco used to sell these fucking sandwiches. They were a gigantic fucking donut. Like, the sandwich weighed like probably 15 pounds. It was massive, and they never sold, right? So, you know, they were going to throw in the garbage like they did with a lot of shit back then. You know, they had some of the entrees and things that they sold, you know, just, you know, people weren't, you know, gravitating to them at all. But these sandwiches were definitely one of those things. They never fucking sold at all. It was more for the wow factor, right? So anyways, this person gives me a tray with a chunk of this sandwich in it. And the bread's really fucking thick, right? It's just like, the bread just massively thick. So anyways, I'm washing the cooler and I start pounding back on this fucking sandwich, right? So one of the managers comes into the meat room just as I stuff one of these fucking things in my face, right? So she comes in the door, I kind of turn around, and she goes, hi Scott, I'm like, hi. And I swallowed it, right? But what happened was the fucking thing got lodged in my fucking throat. So the manager goes out back to finish her walk. The other employee's back, you know, cleaning the ovens. And there's me beginning to choke to death. I got this huge piece of sandwich stuck in my throat. I'm choking, I can't breathe. I'm banging on my chest like fucking crazy. Oh my God, I couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually like, you know, there's a moment, I don't know if any of you guys have had this experience, but I tell you, the feeling you get when you know you're gonna fucking die is almost indescribable. So I continue to bang my chest, and it's not fucking coming loose. So I said, fuck, so I just literally jumped straight up in the air and landed straight down on my chest, right? And it came up just a little bit. So now what's happening, not only like, when I was choking, I couldn't really feel the sandwich. I just couldn't breathe. When I slammed on the ground, when it came up, now it's ripping my fucking throat apart because now it's expanding, I guess, up top. So not only can I not breathe, you know, now it's ripping my fucking throat apart. I don't know how I didn't go into panic mode, but I managed to just keep fucking, like, you're almost like those break dances who do the worm. So I'm like throwing my fucking chest on the concrete cooler floor for everything I got, and it finally came fucking loose. I'm lying there on the cooler floor, just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just about died. It was like, oh, it's nothing I've ever experienced before. Like, I've had some close calls in my time, but that one is definitely at the top of the fucking list. All right, so we had this store manager who, it was an 80s expression back in the day called jacked. You know, basically what guys did in the 80s, you can check out some of the heavy metal videos back in the day, and they wear their jeans and they pull them right up, right? And fucking it seemed like split their balls in two, right? It was like the man version of a camel toe, right? So we had a store manager who wore his pants excessively high, I guess you could say. I remember my girlfriend at the time used to tell me about it all the time. She used to make jokes about it. And of course, I'm a guy, so I paid no mind. Like, I give a fuck about how this guy wears his pants. Until one day. So let me break this down for you. So, I'm in the office again. you know, this store manager in particular had a pretty strong personality, and you know, wasn't too many times. You know, neither one of us would want to bend our position on whatever we were taking, right? So this meeting was no exception to that rule. So I'm sitting in one of those office chairs, you know, and I'm kind of just, you know, got the arms crossed, you know, got my legs out, you know, chest out, you know, playing the fucking role, right, of the fucking thing, right? And he's sitting directly in front of me, and he's kind of hunched over like this, and we're going at it for, I couldn't even tell you what the hell we were arguing about. But there was at one point during this, we can call it a confrontation. He leans back in the office chair with his arms crossed, you know, like this, and he's got his legs spread open. So I'm looking at him and talking, right? Because, you know, you always want to make sure you have eye contact, right? So, but for some particular reason, I ended up looking down. I don't think I'll ever get that picture out of mine. Anyways, I finally realized what the fuck my girlfriend was fucking telling me. The seam went so deep into his fucking testicles, man. It was like too fucking, like, I thought I had big fucking balls. I don't know what the fuck he had going on down there, but. So, I'm like a deer in headlights. So I'm like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on? What am I looking at here? But at the same time, I gotta maintain, you know, a strong front, right? And it's like, so here I am, fucking look back up at him, and trying to like not acknowledge what I just fucking seen, right? So I ended up, you know, making it through this goddamn meeting. I remember going to her as soon as I seen her. I don't even work. I think she was working in Delhi with me at the time. I remember running back to her. I'm like, oh my god, I know exactly what you've been talking about this whole time, like type thing, right? Yeah, but I was pretty amazed. I ended up holding it together during that fucking meeting. Yeah, poor guy. Anyways, funny story. So it wouldn't be a very good story if it didn't involve drugs, right? Or no, there was a lot of drugs there. So here's a good drug story. So I'm out in the parking lot, and let's see how just be careful how I word this. So we're out on break, and I asked someone for some Coke, right? And person gives me a gram of Coke. So I just go back into the car and finish my break with my buddy Kelly, and so you know, normally, my routine would be I just do it right there in the car right off the bat, but for some reason I wanted to wait until I went back in the room and just go in the bathroom and do it, right? So anyways, so break's over and off we go back to work, and I go to Kelly, yeah, just give me a second, I'm just gonna go do my shit here. And he goes, yeah, so I'll meet you in there. So there's in the bathroom there's a garbage can that actually fastens to the wall, and I don't even understand how people haven't noticed this by now, but I know I started noticing it. There was so much fucking Coke down this garbage can, you could actually see the part of the garbage can was like more away from all the the Coke being crushed and cut on this garbage fucking can. Like you can see this plain as day. There's this big fucking spot that's just lost all its tan color. So hey, that's where we did it, right? So I take the Coke out of my pocket. I should say it was in my cigarette pack. I dump it out on the can, and I start crushing it, And I fucking do up 2 lines, so half gram each nostril. Do it up, right? And fuck, my eyes were like, they wouldn't stop fucking watering. Just like, well, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, don't tell me that was fucking meth. Oh, it couldn't be meth. Was it meth? So anyways, I'm just like, oh no. This is not good. This is not fucking good at all. So I'm like, holy fuck, what am I gonna do? So I said, fuck it, you know, like, I'm just fucking zoom, you know, fucking. Because with meth, it burns like a fucker, so I knew it was fucking meth just from how bad it burned. You know, and so I get back and I start cutting meat, and like, you know, I usually go, so is any good? I'm like, I think I just did a gram of meth like this. He goes, what? Because, you know, we didn't want anyone else to hear what we're talking about, so I'm like, yeah, I think I just did a gram of meth. The guy gave me meth instead of fucking coke. Kelly's like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, oh no. I couldn't really tell you how that day ended up. You're gonna have to ask him. But yeah, it was it was fucking interesting. Fucking interesting to say the least. Anyways, yeah, on to the next story. Last fucking story. I don't want this to turn into a fucking 2-hour video. Damn good coffee. Cheers. Salute. So, outside the cooler in the back, there's a place where we do our knife sharpening, and you know, we do our fat tests. So I believe it was Sly back there with me that day. Pretty sure it was him. Whether he was there at the beginning I started to undress, or whether he came out back halfway through. Regardless, so I start taking off all my clothes, right? And I'm fucking, you know, naked, and Sly, I believe, just, what the fuck you doing? Is this, well, I'm getting fucking naked. What's it look like? You know, like most times, Sly is just like, you know, at this point in our career, he's just like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? He would, you know, at that point, they don't even question shit anymore. Just, okay, Scott's doing whatever Scott's doing. And I don't know if I told him what I was going to do or not, but whatever. So, I took all my fucking clothes off, and, yeah, he wasn't there. He had went back in the room. I didn't know if I let him in on what I was doing or not, but anyways, I'm standing there fucking naked. And then I put on, my meat coat and my fucking apron and fucking knives, right? And I walk back into the room, right? So I'm standing working away, and Kelly goes, "Do you have no pants on?" Because he could see the my calves, right? Because I just had my fucking boots on, right? So you can see this calves. He's like, "Do you have no fucking clothes on?" I'm like, "Nope." So we're working away, just like nothing's going on, right? He's the only one in on the fucking joke, right? I just wanted to see how long I could do it for. But then, you know, I couldn't contain myself. I fucking had to let the cat out of the bag to somebody, right? Oh, so we used to have this kid. Oh, what the fuck? I can never remember these guys' names, but I definitely remember his nickname. We used to call him Clifford. Hello, Clifford. Anyways, so I'm walking in the cooler. I open these doors. They're like these swinging doors. And as I'm walking through, Clifford's coming from the counter walking towards the cooler. So I go, "Clifford, stop." Like this. He goes, "What?" You know, I turned around and I fucking flashed in my fucking ass. And you can see him processing, he right. He's trying to process what he just fucking seen. Like, did that guy just have, like, no fucking clothes underneath there? Yeah, so I ended up working a couple hours like that, and yeah, another crazy story. And I can go on and on and on, guys, but yeah, so hopefully those couple of stories will suffice for now.
I got fucking shit to do. Hope you enjoyed the stories. Until I see you guys again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. KRAHM bless you all.